Oh no, I got water on my book. It's ruined. It's time we all learn something. Because this is about life. It's about wisdom. It's about women. It's about winning in Super Smash Brothers. Is this ironic? Hold on. Whoa, did you really ask that? Dog. This is the 3 W's of life. What else could there be but women, wisdom, and winning at Super Smash Brothers? Ironic? Are you kidding me? Once again, I want to reiterate. I did not write this book. I am in no way, shape, or form the writer of this book. However, I do, even without reading it, fully and completely endorse it. That's the wrong number. There we go. And then play the big brain music. The 3 W's of life. Women, wisdom, and winning at Super Smash Brothers. So in chapter 1. Winning at Super Smash Brothers. Let's make sure this is on repeat. Oh, this song is never going to get old. The author, it is written by Adam Brooks. Okay. Number 1. Main a viable character. The first step to finding success in competitive Super Smash Bros. Is to choose a viable character to main. If you fail to do so, it's a guarantee you will switch mains down the line, making all the time you spent trying to prove how to underrated Roy is a waste. Okay, that's kind of loud. Or will forever whine about how your character is holding back your true potential. Alright, you guys got it? Now, you don't need a main Fox or Bayonetta. This was written before Ultimate. So we don't talk about her anymore, but you should be aware of what you're getting into when deciding your main. Admittedly, everyone does love a mid-tier hero. So if you're willing to put in multiples of effort compared to your opponent, by all means, go for it. Whomever, it's actually whomstever. You gotta get a fucking editor on this, Adam Brooks. You decide is the best fit for you. It is pivotal. They reside in the groupings of viable characters that soon follows. To avoid entering more controversial territories, only Melee's cast will be covered. Are we Melee fans here? To avoid entering more... only Melee's characters will be covered. Furthermore, the entirety of this chapter will assume you are either a Melee player or Smash 4 player, and so those metagames will be prominently referred to. Nevertheless, everything to be discussed should make sense to players of all Smash games. From 64 to Super Slam. Everyone's favorite Smash game. Without further ado, the character who, in my opinion, are viable for the sake of competing in your favorite party game. Fox, Falco, Marth, Sheik, Jigglypuff, Peach, Ice Climbers. Recommended. Apparently Ice Climbers are viable now. Adequate, Captain Falcon, Samus, Pikachu, Yoshi, Luigi. Okay, this was definitely an old book. This fucker knows that Wizrobe and Axe 1, right? Okay. Okay. Mid-tier heroes, Dr. Mario, Mario, and Ganondorf. And then the final category, Leffen. Mewtwo. We're going to stick to one main and one main only. And this is a quote from a very important player. Don't worry about your viable character holding you back. Whatsoever at low level, mid-level, and even pretty high level. I always say top 10 to 15 level in the world is when you can start to think about that at all. It was said by a now retired player, Adam Armada Lindgren. Feel free to reread that quote in Armada's voice for a more authentic experience. Sure. Don't worry about your viable character holding you back whatsoever at low level, mid level, and even pretty high level. I always say top 10, 15 level in the world is when you can start thinking about all that. How immersed are you guys right now? Dividing your time and efforts among multiple characters is a surefire way to hinder overall progress. Even if you are not putting in conscious effort to improve, playing as the same character on repeat naturally refines particular skills. It is certainly okay to take a break from your main to enjoy all that Super Smash Bros. Has to offer, but take Armada's word that picking up a secondary is strictly not the solution to your losses. Next section. No Johns. If you are unable to find moderate success with a character from a list of viable characters, to put it bluntly, you're the problem. It is in your best interest to only ever blame yourself or your gameplay. Even if an external factor did come into play that affected your gameplay, you must always focus on how you could improve, not on what you couldn't control. Personally, I don't care how cold your hands were. I don't care if I was, in the words of Drake, your controller. Controller. That is not how the song goes at all. I don't care, and neither should you. In other words, no Johns. No Johns, and they put it in parentheses, the pronunciation, N-O-H, no, dash, Johns, J-O-N-S. No excuses, that's what it means. Definition. A saying as old as time. Whether there truly exists an OG scumbag named John is a separate matter. There does exist. He was from Texas, Crystal City, 2005. Possibly 2004 as well. Ashcon, I got you, dude. The point at hand is that you need to stop viewing this as just a phrase and start believing it as a mantra. Because once you live by it, you acquire the mentality that doesn't get held back from chasing improvement. Oh, which game is that, Ashcon? Is it your Smash Brothers game? Or is it your game with women? Instead of believing you took a close loss merely due to a little bad luck, you will choose to believe that if you didn't JV5 your opponent, there's much that could be improved on. JV, pronounced J-E-Y-J, and V. V-E-E. Coined and named after Smasher JV3X3, who would frequently joke how if he won with 3 stocks and 0% taken, for example, that it was basically a 4-stock. This would now be considered a JV 4-stock. A prime difference between that of a rich man and a poor man is frequently said to be that a rich man never blames anything but himself, while the poor man blames what he cannot change. This is one of the first topics discussed in Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad, Poor Dad, while plenty of other sources support this sentiment as well. Clearly, I advocate this sentiment in regards to learning a skill. Some real big brain shit going on here. Mentality. Ooh. It's common to see new players join a scene, improve for some time, then reach a plateau. It's typically that at that skill level, which they begin to sit at indefinitely, forever destined to be better than player X and worse than player Y. Have you also noticed it's the saltiest players who tend to improve the least? It's the open-minded personality types who you'll find on your local power rankings. Not me. This is because open-minded players are more willing to see where they went wrong. Hence, subscribe to the No Johns mantra. Stubborn personality types believe they are a lot better than they actually are. Thus, make a little effort to seek flaws in their already crisp gameplay. Let me turn sides so you can see the title of the book. If you want to improve at Smash, you need to leave your ego at the door, but no matter the personality type, we're all human. By the way, this text, this font, is definitely Goosebumps font. It's very big. Yeah, this book was not written before Leffen's rise to prominence. If you want to improve at Smash, you need to leave your ego at the door, but no, oh, I already read that. Salt. Pronounced S-A-W-L-T. Salt. I'm not kidding you. This guy actually... Can you see that? Oh, You see that? He's actually writing it out. I don't know. That's autofocus. What do you... Look, you get what I'm saying, right? It's right there. It's all backwards. I can't do it. Okay. Salt fogs up the mind with frustration, anger, and disappointment. This fog is a serious impediment to potential growth. Chances are you're salty after a loss. You aren't reflecting on the numerous legitimate reasons that led to it. It is therefore pertinent to minimize salt to the best of your capabilities. Out of all the flavors, choosing not to be salty can be difficult for even the humblest of gamers. So I urge you to read on. Oh, let's. How to Not Be Salty 101. By the way, how are you guys liking the reading music? Good? Following a loss, have you ever been concerned that others might begin to perceive you as a lower skill level? If you've caught your subconscious thinking this way, I advise dedicating effort to adjust your mentality. 1. If you care what other people think, you will be salty. True. Limiting the care of what others think has significantly impacted my life for the better in all regards. Okay. I'm sure this concept isn't new to you. It's a simple point, but incredibly hard for so many to commit. Not a good idea when you're talking branding and growing as a player, as an influencer and shit like that, but when you're playing, yeah, who gives a fuck what people think? Unless you're playing lame, you don't want to be that guy. It's a simple point, but incredibly hard for so many to commit. If you are able to shape your mentality this way, you will set yourself free and gain the ability to achieve anything you want out of life. Set yourself free. In other words, you'd be taking the red pill, which is always a good thing. It is through the no John's mantra that you will be encouraged to no longer care what others think. No longer will you have to explain losses like, I was so close to winning, but then, or I was doing so well until I got hit by Wario's far. I didn't finish the word. If you don't care what others think, you won't feel bad. You won't feel the need to let them know how close you were to beating some player, as if you yearn for others to see you basically as good as someone else. True. Skip to what he says about women. I will soon. I definitely want to. The game plan to winning. Let's read this. How do you really win a game of Super Smash Bros? The answer, you hit your opponent until they get knocked off stage. Whoa. And repeat until all their lives, stocks, he wrote that, are depleted. So how does one lose? Obviously. You get hit until you have lost all your lives. Straightforwardly, this makes the game plan to winning the following. Hit your opponent more, get hit by your opponent less. Wow. When you break it down, that's all there really is to it. This brings us to an unforgettable quote in Smash's history. Can you guys guess it? Don't get hit. Written by Albert Einstein, slashed out, no, wrong, Joel Isaiah Alvarado. Let me see if there's anything else. Because I'm not reading this whole thing. Hold on. Okay, no, he's actually trying to get people good. Adapting. He's got like several pages on adapting. Okay. Let's go to women. I don't know if I'm ready for this part. Alright. I honestly think we just need to keep girls out of Smash. This is a quote. Okay, this is not... Okay, well, this is not even the writer saying it. And this is not me saying it. This is a quote that someone else said. So much toxicity in this community is caused by their presence that they get so many privileges compared to the others. I mean, have you seen Bayo's hitboxes? Zero Suit, Samus Rage combos. Lost neutral to Sheik 100 times. Out. This was written by Alan Afro Smash Gardner. Introduction. The Smash community is predominantly made up of straight males. Yes. As such, I find the discussion of women to be relevant. Still, I encourage all readers to indulge in this chapter as I share perspectives surrounding romantic relationships and attraction relevant to both parties. To put it bluntly, Smashers don't have the best reputation when it comes to interacting with women. No! No way. There's a reason we're called Jims and they're called Chads, they being non-Smashers. But before giving up on women entirely and turning to your waifu, there is still hope. Gaming scenes hold very little exposure to women, leading to the male majority lacking experience with them. On the surface, it seems any so-called experience isn't necessary because they are just other human beings. But when, by nature, males are urged to seek a mate in the opposite sex, a totally different dynamic is this. There can be serious repercussions if this dynamic is handled appropriately. Failing to understand rejection will lead to frustration, and possibly depression. In this chapter, I would like to give you a no bullshit truth, so there's no falling into the trap of not understanding why you can't find success with a decent woman, and so you don't experience the emotional heartbreak I witnessed so many young men fall victim to. Okay, let's get into it. The Friend Zone. Oh no, this book started off with a bang, isn't it? Okay. All right, starting section 1. Let's see what he's got to say. God forbid you consider yourself stuck in the friend zone. The first thing to realize is that you put yourself in the friend zone. This is when a man wants to date a girl, but the girl prefers to just stay friends. Most of the time, the man has yet to explicitly tell the girl how he feels, and is afraid to ruin the friendship. Here we go. The first step is to ask the girl out explicitly and receive an explicit answer. Okay. If you get rejected, then it is imperative you give up on trying to date this woman entirely. Okay. This is not dating with daddy. Do not confuse this with that segment. I never said I endorse anything in this book.
Fully and completely endorse it.
Whatever you do, do not choose to remain friends if, by even the slightest sliver, hope to date her one day. That's fair. An enormous amount of my male peers have fallen into this trap, where their infatuation for a woman keeps them in a friendship in hopes that one day she will change her mind. There are countless movies and TV shows where the beautiful woman cries to her male best friend, "How come all the guys I meet are assholes? I just wish I could date a decent guy for once." While you're watching the audience thinking, "He's the perfect guy right there." That is the exact scenario I see time and time again in real life. The nice guy waits, infatuated, hoping one day she will see he is the one for her. Although they often realize he is the one at the end of the movie, I have yet to see it happen in real life. It happens sometimes. But that doesn't mean you... But that's a different scenario. If you are friends with a woman who knows you want to be more than friends, she can abuse you extremely easily. Whether she does consciously or subconsciously, it is just too easy to manipulate someone who is strongly attracted to you. This happens to men so often there's an actual term for it. If you are puppy dogging over a girl, waiting around for her to realize you are the one, you consider yourself her orbiter. These are a lot of terms I've never heard. Puppy dogging, I've never heard that one. It is... It is at this stage that you must be totally honest with yourself. If you do not genuinely enjoy the friendship, wake up and realize you are in a one-sided relationship, hoping for something that will never happen. If she is dating other guys, complaining to you about them, always turn to you for emotional support, too busy with other guys when you need her, you're most definitely being used. If you put way more effort into the friendship than she does, that's a major red flag. Big boy, are you puppy dogging me? Nez, I can't figure out how ironic this book is trying to be. When it is or when it isn't. That didn't sound ironic. I think some parts are not. I emphasize getting an explicit answer because manipulative women divert the question so that their orbiter remains hopeful, waiting around as an emotional tampon when needed. No. If you do... I need to go back to the ridiculous music because I don't want people clipping me. If you do not receive an explicit and definitive answer when discussing taking the friendship further, seriously question whether you are being manipulated. Friends can be just as abusive as an abusive partner you're dating. Wyatt ADHD Beekman. That's actually not a lie. That could be true. Typically not what's happening here. Yeah, being asked for emotional support is not a problem. If a friend is not returning that same favor, then it's not necessarily. Well, then he or she is just a bad friend, and it's okay to like have boundaries within your friendship where you say, "Hey, you know what? I don't really want to like hear so much about the emotional stuff or like like the problems," and then or you can like you can have boundaries in friendships, in my opinion. Right? There are some friends where like they'll have a lot of like weight on them and their situations, and I don't have the emotional like capacity to handle that, so I tell them like, look, let's just keep it chill. No, Angel Life, this is not Ask You a Question time. I'm reading this book that I thought would be completely ironic, and we're in the the 3 W's of life. But this isn't as ironic as I thought. Okay. In the previous chapter, I discussed the importance of choosing good friends. To the surprise of many, this includes friends of the opposite sex. Whoa, you don't say. Whoa. If something doesn't feel right or fair deep down, listen to your intuition. Okay. What was it that Brooklyn said? Women, weed, and weather. From the song The Recipe. Okay. By Kendrick Lamar and Dr. Dre. Attracting women. The strong male. Oh, here we go, baby. Here we go. Okay. Buckle in, folks. Daddy's going to read you a story. Although both men and women can find many different things attractive in the opposite sex, it cannot be argued that, by nature, some characteristics correspond to attractiveness more than others. Cannot be argued, guys. Don't try to argue it. A symmetric face, toned abs, and long legs, to name a few. Throughout history, women have sought out the strongest men as mates. The strongest. It dates back to a time where a woman needed protection in the wild to be a mother. In the modern era, they forgot a period, by the way. In the modern era, most women continue to desire strong men. Ashcon, are you learning? Are you taking notes? Nowadays, a strong man doesn't necessitate physical strength. There are many attributes that make up a strong man without needing arms the size of chillin' dudes. Oh man, it all comes full circle, doesn't it? Okay. Alright, moving on. Follow your passion, and the women will come. Okay. For a moment, let us consider a successful man. A successful man is seen as a man of strength. As it goes, a successful man will be attracted to women. Following this, even top smashers attract most women who value that form of success. What if my passion is women? Then follow your passion, man. Just... For example, have you ever walked into the washroom at a tournament and seen Mango talking with a bunch of babes in the shower? Well, I have. And we all see what happens when Hugs walks around the venue. What the fuck? I didn't make that, like, no, like, it actually says that in the book. It actually says that in the book. Okay. Did you guys see that? It's actually just written there. Okay. Now you don't need to be the best at something. But my point is, if you are passionate about something, the women will come. So don't worry. Oh god. Okay. The women will come. So don't worry too much about the women. All the top Smash players became successful out of passion. There was really no other incentive to become the best Smash Bros. Player back then. Actually, I only got good at Smash because I wanted to get laid. So, I mean, I would have appreciated a request for a quote before he put words in my mouth. Did it work? No. Still no. But it will one day. But what if you don't consider yourself successful? Can women still find you attractive? The answer is absolutely. Absolutely. Because I have real page turner. Hold on. Not fully explained why success is attributed to strength. It is in a successful man that a woman, or anyone for that matter, will see hard work, dedication, effort, and a never giving up attitude, all of which demonstrate great strength. As you can figure, it is the passion behind it that builds the strength. This music is perfect. Success is only a means to make your passion visible to the masses. This is not needed and perhaps could be burdensome. Your individual passion will radiate to those around you, and that is more than enough. Whether you're at the top of your class or not, follow your passion first, and you can find women along the way. Now, one thing I agree with is definitely follow your passion and stop worrying about it. I kind of agree with that. Follow your passion not to get women, just to follow your passion. And I mean, you're just an overall better person if you're following your passions and you're succeeding. Like, that's just great. It's good for you. You'll have more friends and maybe romantic partners, but that's not the point. Be yourself and be it confidently. Have the confidence to be yourself. Every action you take must exude extreme confidence. Extreme confidence. Extreme. Take a moment and picture in your head what you would imagine a strong male to be like. Seriously, picture it. Take a moment and picture in your head what you would imagine a strong male to be like. Seriously, picture it. Let me get some names in the chat. Does this guy care at all what other people think? Does he second guess himself even for a moment? Of course not. Does he ever fear of messing up? Never. Of course not. Will everything that comes out of his mouth sound badass, serious, and assertive? Literally every single thing. Huge pecs aside, the main characteristic of a strong male you envision will be confidence. If you are ever unsure about your behavior, ask yourself, what would the strong male you can picture in your head would do? Nice. I didn't read that incorrectly. That's how it writes. Shrek. Yes. However, the strong male you picture doesn't lose any strength depending on what he says or does. It is just that he does it confidently. So for the most part, there's no need to change who you are. Be yourself and simply let the idea of a strong male give you the courage to do so. An important point to expand upon is that a confident man does not fear failure. When you have the confidence to do anything, you actually can do anything. Wow. Whoa. I'm getting that gif. You know that gif from The Wire with Weebay, where you just the dude at the store. He just looks around. You know what I'm talking about? Weebay. Okay. Let the strong man penetrate you. Okay. Journey, you should have written this. Alright. Oh, this is going to be great. Hold on. When you can do anything, you become a competent man, and competency is a trait desirable to all. Even if you do fail, you are able to effectively learn from failure and courageously take failure. Not only is extreme confidence one of the most attractive things you can carry, but also gives you freedom you never thought you could have. If you give no fucks, there is little to worry about. And here's a quote from Michael Hayes Polito. I envy my dog's ability to not give a fuck about anything. I personally wouldn't be able to live with the shame of everyone knowing I shit in the living room. All right, perfect. Next section, fake it till you make it. Even though Smash are supposed to be talking about women, they exclude us. Okay. Don't think you're strong enough? Fake it. Fake it till you goddamn make it. I remember I was scared as hell seeing a horror movie on a late Halloween, but I faked being not frightened by any means. Oh, because fear. Girls hate that. Whenever a girl sees me with a cockroach in the room and how I freak out, run to the other side, grab a shoe, and throw it across the room because I do not want to get near it. She dries up and leaves the entire building, never to speak to me again. He's right. I gotta fake it. And then it ended. I realized I hadn't just pretended to be brave, but I was brave. That is how you become the strong person you never thought you could be. Oh, very easy. Okay, perfect. Be mysterious. Ooh. Press 1 if you like mystery. Press 1 if you like mystery. A man with a mysterious allure effectively holds a woman's interest. Or anyone's interest. By not revealing all his cards at once. Ooh. You're kind of like an onion. Layered. A mysterious male leaves the minds of others to wander. What is there to be interested in someone if you know everything about them? You want others to remain curious about you. A mysterious man often takes his time to reply. Ideally because he is following other advice given and focusing on his passion. Either way, a woman interested in such a man will believe he is busy with something he considers more important than she is. Fellas, that is a good thing. Okay. Woo. If a woman or your official... Jesus Christ. Yeah, don't do this. This is... I hope you guys realize this is not advice to follow. If a woman or your official partner, not talking brawl doubles, understand that she is not your main priority, it actually raises your value as a man. Oh, God. Whew. No, all right, so can we have like a no-clip rule? Can we have a no-clip rule? No one clips anything during the stream of me reading this. If she was your absolute priority, that would clearly indicate you have no passion, no nothing going for yourself but her. No, you could have other priorities, and it's okay to have her being the main priority. I mean, yeah, obviously you still have to have other shit going on in your life. But she could be your main priority. Okay. You would be dependent on her for your well-being, and it would show. Yeah, well, yeah, you shouldn't be dependent on... Okay. No person wants a relationship with someone who depends their life on them. Perhaps romantic initially as you spend all your resources trying to impress her. But with no passion or mystery to allure, interest is sure to fade. Although it goes against everything we are taught about love. Your partner should not be your everything. It is just... Do I have to read this line? Do I have to read this? It is just a woman. You need to be okay on your own. Because if she leaves you, and don't think it's a fairy tale where it always ends happily ever after, you need to be able to move on. This goes for women as well. No man should be your life purpose. Oh, equality. Cool. Continuing on, I recommend being mysterious, but not to lie. There's a difference between being mysterious and being a liar. Getting caught in a lie will quickly expose weakness. For example, do not hide the fact that you were a smasher as if you were ashamed. Be confident in that you are a gamer. Alright? Gamers, rise up. Furthermore, I believe honesty is very important for both parties in a relationship. Being mysterious is best used to build continuous attraction and interest. Humans are naturally curious. Keep tricks up your sleeve. Leave gaps open for their mind to wander and fill them slowly. Desperation is the most unattractive thing you could do. Oh! A good headline. Desperation is pretty unattractive, yeah. Absolutely. I will agree with that, yeah. But let's read on. You never know. Everyone tends to want what they do not have. It's human nature. It is extremely apparent in children when one has something the other does not, even if it is utterly mundane, or when we no longer have PPMD. True. Once you show desperation or give too much attention, you showed her she has you completely, if she wanted. But now, she doesn't want you, because, with all people, she wants what she cannot have. So you're telling me, so let me get this straight. So you're telling me that you can never be attainable, and that's how you will get the girl, by just never being attainable. Right? You have to always be that which she cannot have, so that you could do nothing with it. Oh. Yeah. Always say no, never talk to them, never be responsive, always have something better to do, and then when they want you real bad, you do more of the same, so that they never actually end up talking to you. Because the moment you respond, you're done. You're done, kid. You have given up your power, demonstrated your weakness, and she will always see a weak interior no matter how strong a man you become. Once you give too much attention and get rejected, all hope is lost, and you must move on. This book was really written. Okay. Again, you are demonstrating to her that she is your main priority. What kind of gal wants a man who has nothing going for him and needs a woman to give his life meaning? Desperation is the ultimate form of weakness, and if women desire strength, they are certainly repelled by weakness. Logic. Desperation is... Oh, I read that. Once you are confidently okay on your own, you will no longer fear to lose a woman. I mean, yeah, you should be confident, and you should be okay with being on your own, yeah. I kind of agree with that, yeah. Live for yourself, man. I mean, no, there's a different way to put that. Okay is not the right word. You have to be, willing to cope with the world that follows up after a breakup, right? You can't be like super, like, oh, you want to break up with me? Sick. I don't give a shit. Well, you think I care? Like, you can't be like that, right? But if someone breaks up with me, I will live. It's gonna suck, and I will admit it sucks. This book's telling you that it won't suck. Don't be that. Don't be that guy. Weak men feel insecure without a woman, which is their driving force to seek out a partner in the first place. Even if they manage to attain a partner, the man's insecurities are bound to drive her away, resulting in much heartbreak for the man, and the self-destructive cycle repeats itself. These concepts in modern attraction are very real and result in both parties unwilling to reveal their cards or show desperation, causing men and women over the world to communicate the most intricate and complex plans, maneuvers, professionally timed and written text messages. But if you are confident on your own and stay busy following your passion, you'll never have to play the ridiculous texting game. If you follow the guidance in this book, you will understand how to be a strong man who doesn't need a woman for fulfillment. It is with this strength that women are more likely to be drawn to you, and may explain why focusing on women instead of yourself has yet to result in long-term success. Okay. Oh, new section. Picking up women. Yeah, Journey. Actually, yes. Playing games by not responding to text right away. Yes. Okay. Can I get a glass of water real quick? I'm dried out. And then we will pick up on picking up women. Be right back. I won't play an ad. I'll just be back in like 2 seconds. I'm just filling up my bottle. I'm dry too. We're all dry, Journey. Yeah, I think I could actually finish the women's section today. Okay. Oh no, I got water on my book. It's ruined. Picking up women. If you're seriously interested in learning the ways of a pickup artist... Do I have to read this? Do I have to read this? This is Super Seducer all over again. If you are, we seriously need a no-clip rule, okay? If you're seriously interested in learning the ways of a pickup artist, definitely check out The Game by Neil Strauss. However, I do have some personal pointers I'd like to share for trying to meet women who catch your interest. Eye contact. As incredulous as it sounds, a huge portion of my successes have begun with not a single word spoken. But only with maintained eye contact. He just stares you down. Guys, if you want to attract a woman, just stare at her. Especially from across the room. That shows strength. Strength of eyesight. I mean, eye contact is great. That's fine. But, like, okay. You'd be surprised how much can be communicated through only your eyes. Shitty eye contact is actually a huge turnoff for me. I hate bad eye contact. Through their eyes, you will quickly be informed if they are interested or not. Interested eyes tell a story. A story of what she wants, when she wants it, and how badly she's craving it. Oh, God. Okay. I recommend doing this on pretty much whoever, if you would like some practice. I've gotten eyes telling me some pretty kinky things for a lunch lady. Or an Asian mother with her family at the mall. Okay, cool. Alright, high five, bro. Yes. Okay. Women get hit on all the time, but they aren't interested in the majority of guys who approach them. The reason isn't because women plainly don't want to be with men, but because of social pressures. Do I really have to... do I have to read this? I don't want to read this. I don't want to read this line. I'm going to skip this line. I have to fucking know. Resume the book. Okay. The reason isn't because women plainly don't want to be with men, but because of social pressures. Women slut-shame each other, while men are seen as more dominant based on the amount of women they sleep with. Of course, these beliefs should be disregarded, but if their effects sound preposterous, do not doubt the power of social pressures, because they really do encourage men to have sex and discourage women the same. Considering this, women are more cautious to accept a male's approach as they are encouraged not to be a slut. I think a woman is more cautious to accept a male's approach because men kill women sometimes over rejection. And over a lot of shit. I think that might be the reason.
Or the grab.
Hugo Chan, everybody wants Hug to win now.
That could be a reason.
He's a favorite, man.
Men can be dangerous. Or yeah. Or personal space. Well, you know, there's been times, okay, I will admit, I've been at the gym, and I've been working out, and I have my headphones on, and I ignore anyone who tries to talk to me because, especially women, because I don't want to be seen as a slut. Of course, absolutely. When I walk by at a grocery store, a woman at some kind of stand that is offering a sample, I ignore her and I say no because I don't want anyone to think that I'm a slut. When anyone is approached by a stranger, defensive walls will come up. Pretend you got a call from a random number. You may try to assess the situation by asking something like, "Who are you? What do you want? Or how can I trust you?" in a defensive tone. Women, when approached by a man for the purpose of attraction, have defensive walls to first ensure you are not some creep, but more so to further assess whether you are a weak male to pass off, or a strong male worth accepting. They need to find a strong man. Yes. As weak men easily reveal themselves with little delay, women can effectively filter men. Whether they do this consciously or subconsciously, the purpose is to determine whether or not it is worth investing interest. Unless you're extremely good looking, you will likely be put in a situation where you are assessed for your weakness. Even a man wouldn't instantly accept a stranger approaching them before getting an idea of who they are. Even a man. You want to know if you are in danger or in good company. In regards to the dating world, a woman will want to know if she is in weak company or strong company. As a younger guy, after asking for a woman's number, I'd often get told, "I am too old for you. I'm sorry." Back then, to me, that was that. That used to be that. But get this. There was a time I would reply, "It's okay. I understand." But that was before I understood that women are just as eager to meet men as we are to meet women. And I was the one getting filtered out. Oh, shit. Yeah, back then, consent was consent. Now, she says no. He keeps talking. Okay. The current me holds frame. Doesn't show weakness so quickly. Okay. Here's a new response. That's okay. Hold on. Oh, God. Okay, hold on. Here's the new response. That's okay. Why don't you put your number in anyway, for fun? It doesn't even have to be your real number. I wish... I wish people would say shit like that to some of the women I know. Because they, like, I think Journey would literally look at you and say, "Why the fuck would I give you a fake number? Why would that even be fun? I don't understand what you're trying to suggest here." I wish someone said this to Journey. That's okay. Why don't you put your number in anyway? No, I said I don't want to. Also, how would that even be fucking fun? What would be fun about that? Okay. I would hand them the phone, and if you know me, the contact first name is going to say, "Such beautiful," with cat-eyed emojis following. I have yet to receive a fake number. Wait, what? What the fuck did you just say? I would hand them the phone, and if you know me, the contact first name is going to say, "Such beautiful cat hard eyes." Okay, so he puts in his name like that? Is that what he's saying? No, I'm so... Okay, I don't even know what that's saying. I'm reading it exactly how it's written. Okay. Other tests can be more difficult to surpass. Common ones includes bringing up age as example, or something like, "I bet you do this to every girl," or "How many girls have you hooked up with already?" If you're somewhere where people are drinking, a woman will try harder to ensure you aren't a fuckboy, because he's clearly not, who gets drunk and tries to hook up with women all the time. Whether or not you are, you must hold frame. No. Oh man, I thought there'd be a sentence where it's like, "Don't be that guy." No. It's like, whether you are or are not the kind of fuckboy who gets drunk and tries to hook up with women all the time, you must hold frame to show you are a valuable man. So whether or not you're valuable, just hold frame and pretend that you are. And not the low-value first impression she would get. Because of this, a woman might insult you, act grossed out, or just be plain rude upon a first approach. Do not fret. And understand that if you hold frame, you can change the initial assumption of weakness created by the environment. You can obviously tell when you are being placed under a test when a woman is disrespecting you, but is extremely willing to listen to you. Now, here's my question, right? If a sign of strength... Here's where it falls short. If a sign of strength is to take shit from a woman and, like, pass these tests until she likes you, well, let me ask you this. Do you think... Let's assume that Ryan Gosling is a man of strength. That's just a wild assumption. Do you think that Ryan Gosling is going to sit at a club, have some girl talk shit to him and tell him all kinds of shit, call him a dumbass, call him an asshole, that he's going to sit there and try to win her over? Or is he just going to laugh and kind of just walk the fuck away and talk to some decent human beings? What do you think he's going to do? I just don't see how this is an act of strength. I'm showing weakness. Oh, never mind. Yeah. Oh. Shit, never mind. You're right. Blade, please do not exceed your boundaries. Oh, okay. Be aware of when you really have gotten rejected. And no still means no. Except not always, according to the rest of this. Okay. Keep trying again and again and again. I thought you said, but you said But you said... Okay, alright, rewind. Oh, look, okay, look, you guys need to read this shit. Hold on. Right here, it said, and no still means no. And then here it says, keep trying again, again, and again. Ooh. Picking up women is a numbers game. Oh no, here we go. Here we fucking go. Okay. Even the best pickup artists get rejected. Overcome fear of rejection and just keep trying. If you're to ask every woman on this planet out, I promise one would say yes. There are many other factors. Okay, so he's talking about just... never mind. There is plenty you can do to improve, but there is nothing simpler than playing the numbers game. So, fuck liking specific people. Just fucking throw all your lines out into the ocean. Catch whatever you're gonna catch. To further improve your game, practice with women you aren't even interested in, if not every woman you meet. They don't need to realize you are practicing on them. Go as far as you need to go to know that you could make it work if you wanted to. For example, the cafeteria lady serving meatloaf was in my hands, though I wasn't keen on going forward with that. So I didn't. Holy shit. Oh, this is rich. Don't get me wrong here. I did go forward with the meatloaf, but just not with her. Alright, we're almost done, folks. We're almost done. Power! Unlimited power! Alright, this section is called power. By default, women have more power. In the current dating world, women have it easier than men. Women have the abundance of choice. They don't need to be successful or powerful to attract a mate. Because of social pressures, the burden is placed on men to seek out women, for women to only let men come to them. We are placed with the burden of needing to be strong in nature. But men taking on this burden do not consider it a burden. It is deeply fulfilling to be a man who puts in the effort and takes responsibility for himself and his own life. The benefit of attracting women is a bonus. Social pressures push men to be strong. However, far too many men are greatly mistaken into believing it is obtaining a woman that demonstrates that they are strong, instead of understanding that the strength comes first within themselves. Aww. These men, typically younger and more naive, put women on such a high pedestal. They need a woman or they feel lonely. They need a woman or they feel insecure. They need a woman to feel meaning or validation. Dope Daddy, no, this is not my autobiography. I do not endorse this, and I never said that I did. I already read that. These feelings are founded on false belief that having a woman in your life demonstrates strength. In reality, is the strength that gets the woman, not the other way around. You already said that, dog. Majority of relationships end due to the woman losing interest. At the same time, majority of men have their woman as their ultimate focus in life. If you don't have a passion, women can still come, but don't expect them to stay. Your weak nature will reveal itself if it has gone unnoticed. As an aside, a long-lasting relationship is very rare. The divorce rate has never been higher. A perfect relationship is non-existent. I believe in the sentiment that a pretty good relationship is good enough if you are seeking something long-term. Cool. Oh, that's pretty good. Alright. Though I cannot argue it is better. That is why I'm single. Because pretty good is, I keep fighting it. Maybe it's time to settle. Though I cannot argue it is better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. But damage control is crucial when seeking to love and love again. He means getting laid, guys. Yes. Whoever's concerned about losing the other the least has the most power. God, this is just straight up abusive. Power in relationships is much more relevant than you would think, as men are often in a position of lower power. They are more concerned losing her than she is of losing him. This results in the man accommodating to her needs more often than she is to his, and is plainly partaking in an unfair relationship. Oh, God. At this point, it could seem as if I am instructing you to not care about your girlfriend, but that is not the intention. This is some Palpatine shit. I suggest you give your truest, most genuine love and care. So much so, that if she left you, you wouldn't care, because you were so good to her that you know it is totally her loss. Going about it in this way saves yourself from deep emotional stress most guys will go through at some point in their lives. What I am laying out in this section is the differentiation between being good to someone and disrespecting yourself for the sake of someone else. No point in missing someone who doesn't miss you at all, so don't waste your energy. I mean, that's... okay. That's fair. I agree with that line. I'm upset. Okay. Not being as concerned of losing her as she is of losing you also means you don't need to put up with immaturities. Like the silent treatment. When you have power, keep her invested. You fear she will leave you? I can assure you she will. For this reason, I highly recommend taking a slow pace while emotionally investing yourself into a woman for the purpose of maintaining the higher balance of power. In this way, you will actually preserve the relationship, as you will be seen as a strong, independent man and desirable mate. I don't think this book is satire. Yeah, why did this music get good? Okay. Never mind. Oh, God. Okay, there's an upcoming quote from me. I'm sad to say. Don't fucking quote me. You never asked me for permission. Okay. Alright. Getting over her and curing one-itis. One-itis. A so-called disease that causes men to believe a particular woman is the one. One-itis. You are so much more than just a woman. Is that... I get what he's trying to say with that line, but there are so many more ways to say that in a better way. You know what I'm saying. Much like that sentence. Okay. It is delusional to believe, out of all the 7 billion people on this planet, that she is the one for you. If you find yourself constantly trying to prove your worth to someone, you have already forgotten your value. Okay, here we go. Although Hugs is embarrassed by his younger self, he had the right attitude. And this is a quote. Okay. And I quote, "Oh God, I just remembered I had a MySpace phase where I changed my name to, quote, Better Off Solo after this girl I liked was seeing some other dude. Jesus Christ." End quote. Hugo Hugs Gonzalez. Okay, look, this wasn't supposed to be used in this context. This is me laughing at myself when I was younger. Don't call me Incel 86. No. I was... This... This is not meant to say. This is not meant to say everything else he said. I was just laughing at how cringy I was. This is me being cringy, guys. I'm not incel 86. I'm cringe 86. I'm not incel 86. I'm cringe 86. Right? Call me cringe 86. Say it. Okay, moving on. Women should complement your life, not be your life. If you can't be happy without a woman, you need to do some inner soul searching. This music is so perfect. Take my advice on focusing on improving yourself. Life is simple. Don't call me Incel 86, goddammit. Take my advice on focusing on improving yourself. Life is simple. If you are happy, keep going. If you are not, change it. You cannot choose to find happiness in other people. That is not a sustainable way to live. You must love yourself before you can love someone else. Holy shit! There is nothing wrong with that paragraph. The madman did it. He wrote some actual really good advice there. Wow. Let's give a couple of claps for a boy. And here we go. Once it's over, it's over. Once there is a breakup, it's over. Even if you do get back together, it will end the same way, if not worse. You will always be better off placing energy on new women than reverting back to the old that you feel comfortable with. Understand how difficult it will be at first, but deep down I'm sure you know it is the best option as well. After any serious hardship in life, just remember, all things with time. A wise friend told me that. Also remember, always give your ex at least just one more chance. I'm just kidding. That was something I said. No, that was something I said. No, that was me. I made up that last line. That was me. I said that. I was on Ludwig's stream yesterday, and he also said it. He's like, dude, having sex with your ex is badass. It's great. It's shit's fucking hype. Just one time, guys. Just one time. The redemption arc. Just one time. Thank you for reading, and happy smashing. Alright, guys. We finished it. We finished. I'm not reading that. I'm not in it, though. I swear to God. I just don't want to read it. No, I skimmed it. My name's not in there, but I don't want to name who is in there. Okay, guys. That was quite the read. A lot of fun, to be honest. So, my closing words. Don't listen to half this shit. Some of it is like, it's in this weird place where it means well, but then it just like flips it on some kind of like incel approach kind of shit. Like, it is good to have confidence. It is good to have passions. It is good to focus on your own well-being and your own growth. It is good not to make other people your lifeblood and to focus on them completely. Those things are good, but some things are like kind of twisted. Like, yeah, it's good not to make someone else your entire life, but at the same time, if you're with someone, you need to. It's totally fine. There is strength in showing how much you actually care about the person you're dating. There is strength in admitting that you love someone so much that it would hurt you if they were to leave. That shit does hurt. And then always remember. Flirt with the lunch lady. Get yourself that meatloaf at a discount. If you are hitting on a woman in public and she says she's not interested, that is it. Haha, see ya. Not being readily available only works when you're actually not readily available. Just keep it natural. If I am super busy and I can't respond, then that's just how it is. But if I am available and I want to seem less available, where I just never respond, never talk to them, and then they'll really like me, and then when they like me, I still never talk to them and I still never respond. Perfect. Great idea.